Some of you all may not know what a quadratic looks like. So generally, quadratics looks like this. Quadratics look like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Right? A quadratic looks like that. How do I know? The highest power of x is 2. Right? The highest power of x is 2. That's how we identify a quadratic. The highest power of x is 2. Nice. The value in front of x squared, that's a. The value in front of x, that's b. Right? And the constant is c. Everybody okay with that? Nice. So how do we factorize now? So to factorize, we have a few steps. Right? These are the steps. Step number 1, you write what is a, what is b, and what is c. Right? Whatever the values are. Then the step number 2 is you find a, c, and b. Right? You already have b, just multiply a and c. You okay with that? That should be easy, right? Step 3 now is the hard step. You have to find two numbers. You have to find two numbers when multiplied. When multiplied, did I share the summary in the group? The math summary? No, not yet. I will share it. That's all these things here, right? Find two numbers when multiplied gives a by c, and when added gives b. That's the hardest step. The hardest step is to find those two numbers that when multiplied will give you this, when added will give you this. All right? Step 4, replace b with the numbers you found. And then 5, we factorize. Right? I know someone like to write. Write this down first, and then we go into an example. Someone that do like to take it in. They want to be in the action one time. Copy that up, and then we're going to learn to factorize. By the way, now allows you to calculate, right? And have people that I know you all do it, but you can't do the math. That means you everything. All this stuff. I'll show you how to look back at the answer, but you can't do it in math. I have to show them all of the steps. Yeah, so copy it down, and we're going to do number 1 together. Oh, sorry. Sorry there. Right, so when you're ready, we're gonna try to put last minute, right quick. Wonderful. Great. Oh, so long. Yeah, back together. All right, so let's go. Step number one, first step. The first step is we need to write what is A, B, and C. A is how much? 2. B is how much? 1. And C is what? -1. That's okay? You have to take the value and the sign, right? So 2, there's no value here, so you know the 1 understood. And then you have the -1. Right? Next step. Next step, find A by C. If I block, now you can look up there, right? A by C is minus. A by C is -2. Right? A by C is -2 and B is 1. Yeah? You okay with that? A by C -2, B is 1. Nice? Now, these numbers easy, but now for the hard part. Two numbers when multiplied will give you A by C. When added will give you B. So what I like to do is write down all the factors of 2. So that'll be 1 by 2, 2 by 1. That's all we can have, right? Now, I want -2. So -2 means one of the values must be negative. -1 negative here, -2 negative here. Just follow that. Now, both of them giving me this. But when I add both of them, I wouldn't get this. Okay, let's see. -2 plus 1 is what? -1, right? So I don't want that. -1 plus 2 is what? I want these two numbers. Everybody okay with that? So now that I have the numbers, replace B with those two numbers. So I'm going to replace B with -1 and 2. That's okay? So I'm coming back here now. And instead of writing 1x, I am going to write 2x and -1x. The reason I put it 2 first is because I had a 2 here. Right? So if you put it 2 second, nothing wrong with that. Now we have this line here. Wait, don't write yet. Now we have this line here. 2x squared plus 2x minus 1. I removed 1 and I put the two new numbers, +2 and -1. You okay with that? You can it. Right? Everybody okay with that? Now, how do I factorize this? Just like this. You're seeing that? So I can factorize this just like this. Yeah? What they have in common? 2x. I'll get x plus 1. What they have in common? -1. I get x plus 1. X plus 1 in common. And I left with. And that's it. That's the way we factorize the product. You okay with that? Plenty steps. Copy it out. And we're going to do 100. Right? Let's do a few and then some harder. That's the way we factorize a quadrant. I show you an calculator, right? But I show you a little trick. Yeah, but I can't let in maths. Why is that? But you have to show them how you factor out the answer. I have to show these. No, to be honest, you could go from this step straight to this step. So in the calculator, what's it going to write? X minus a half? Like that. That's after you get to buy the calculator. Okay. Right, so you mean you just type at a go. Okay. Yeah, so that's what you can do. But technically, this is not broken. If you write x minus a half, x plus 1. And around 4. Yeah, they get it. But in maths, though, one can be more simple. If it's 1 mark, do it. But if it's like a 2 marks in math, you want something more. You had it right now. So add maths, anything. Add maths, you can write out. Ready? Let's go again, right? I'll give you some easy numbers and I'll give you some hard numbers, right? The problem is this. The problem is when I give you a value that has about 6 or 7 factors, it becomes hard. Okay? Yeah, 6, 7. Forget that. Forget it. Yeah, I want to do one of them. I'll factorize and we will get 6, 7. Number 1, number 2. Let me try number 2. Ano hide na good? Trick there. Yeah, trick there. Right, first one else. Yeah, what I like that. Factorize that. Take your time, write down ABC, write down A by C, see what you get. Let's see if we can get it on your first try. If not, don't worry. Do not panic. Right, down with E. Where's it? Write down with A, B, and C. And write down AC, write down B. Right, so you should already have this. You already have that, right? Right, write down your factors of 4. Right, write down your factors of 4. See which ones will work, right? I give you a plus sign, so it shouldn't be as hard. What about the baby? I got that step. I don't matter. But I think the leader John sign from on the side and then. Yeah, technical, this is 10 minutes to answer all of that. I'll do that stuff. So which two numbers thinking about? Time of two numbers when multiply and we'll give you 4. Which numbers when multiplied will give you 4? So which two numbers when multiplied will give you 4? You might think of 2 and 2. And you might think of 1 and 4, 4 and 1. Okay? But when you add 2 and 2 and again 5, 1 and 4 again 5, 4 and 1 again 5. Either one could work, right? Everybody okay with that? 1 and 4 or 4 and 1? Which one to put first? Put the 1 first or the 4, it don't matter, right? So I put in 2x squared plus 1x plus 4x plus 2. Y'all okay with that? Y'all okay with how I got this? Yeah? I'll learn some other names. Where did list of names? Kevin, just bring your name someone up, please. Right? So when you reach here, what is factorized? First 2, x alone, right? So you'll get 2x plus 1. Right? Here, what this is? Plus 2, don't forget the sign, plus 2. They both have plus 2 in common. We get x plus 1. Sorry, 2x. Right, that's 4, right? So when I factor out 2, that'll be 2x plus 1. Check it back and make sure. X by 2x, x by 1, 2 by 2x, 2 by 1. Right? And now they both have 2x plus 1 in common. You do one, right? Right? 2x plus 1 in common, so I factor out that and I left x plus 2. Yeah? Let's go again. Are you okay with that? Come, I will open it. Come. Oh, yeah. Come. Come now. Can I pass here? Come pass here. So you won't finish it. You can walk around and come. Ready again? Copy it down. Let's go again. Where is the topic? Try that. Factorize that. Oh, I know. So I settle down. But I that's that. It's ready? No, I don't think. That's so good. Factor 2x, factor 1, you get the same thing. Factor you don't say that, but yeah, same thing. Right, Sanjaya, Banaya, Ashish. Bashu, Sapir, oh, that. Talia, Mohammed, that pronounced it wrong. Talia, Talia, yeah. Tanisha, Tadan, close to now. I don't know why I take it so long. Caleb, Ian, Ganesh, Ian, yeah. Anita, Rajiv, Mariah. Hi. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. What's the last name? Okay, did it wrong. Not Alexander. Mariah. Tariq. Try this in the meantime, right? Try to run on the board in the meantime. Alicia team today. Wait, how come we end up with no specific? Radha, Jamal, Sheedan, online. Sheedan, what's the last name again? Kadima, Veer, Sarah, Priya, right, thanks, Mariah. Peacock, Eden, Israel, Amelia, Anthony. Khadija, Smith, Khadija, Matish was online. Samaya, Tazan. Kyra, right, she online. Crystal, yeah, right. Crystal. Levi, Ali. Y'all done? Yeah, want to come on the board and do it while I follow the rules. Right, nice. Huh? Levi, then Kyle, right? Tasha, back, Tanisha, online. Kieran Anthony, and the one online. Susan, Susan Solomon, Oh, you know what she did? You know, her name actually, but her name here, so Jenny for you. Jordan, Dragonaut. Affiliate of Tian Sawat. Tian Sawat. No. Thais. Thais. Hello. Kila, Joseph. Kila. Oh, she online. Yelena, online. Couldn't hear the name. 1, 2, 3. Right. You're add the name after, right? That you're going to search in your office when you're leave, right? Form 4, right? Add it to the form 4 list as well. Right. She went in, you went, okay, she didn't write E and C. All right, well, it's in school all the way. She put just A is 1, B is minus 3, C is 2. Right? A by C is 2. So she used minus 2 minus 1. Okay, that could work. Copy it down. Let's go again. I don't want to mix it up. Let's go again a little bit harder now. Got the one here, I'm gonna share, right? Try that there. Both of them, both of them are all here. 2013. I will send you the same handout, right? 2013, both of them, yeah. All the way, all the way. Go ahead, have fun. Try it quick. You have 2 minutes. Ready? Right? In both of them, right? Both of them. So go behind the door, right? Come right next to them. What time it come for? 9:30? So ready? Double? Double? No? You get them? None of them? Oh yeah, try the second one at least. The first one has 2 steps earlier. It have 2 things you have to factor out. Yeah, the first one is not as simple as it looks. Try one more thing after that. I'm trying to figure this out. Let's check on the first one before you do the right. Let's check on the first one. So the first thing that you might try to do is factor out the pen, right? Right. Let's look up here. So if you factor out the 2x, you'll be left with x squared minus 4. That's okay? Most people may have seen that, but that's not enough. Because I can write 4 as what? I can write 4 as 2 squared. So you'll recognize that we have difference of 2 squares in there. So the final answer will be 2x by x minus 2 x plus 2. Okay? So you can't stop here. Question set completely. Okay? So you have to do the difference of 2 squares there. All right? Copy that down. Let's go to the quadratic. Anybody writing there? Anybody writing? All right, let's go again. Let's try this one here first, right? So you got this one? Got it? In a way. So help me now. A is what? 3. B is what? Minus 5. And C is minus 2. So you write down A by C, that's minus 6. And you write down B as minus 5. Right? So you're looking for two numbers when multiplied will give you, and when added will give you. So let's look for the factors first. So you should think of 1 and 6, right? Yeah? And then 6 and 1. We'll put the signs just now, right? And then forget the minus for now. What else could work? 2 and 3 and 3 and 2. But we want negative 6. So one of these have to be negative. One of these have to be negative. Everybody okay with that? After a while, you don't need to write all the factors. Huh? After a while, you'll see it. Right? So which ones here will give me minus 5? If I add these two, will I get minus 5? No, you get plus 5. If I add these two, will I get minus 5? Yes. And therefore, these two won't work. So what are the two numbers we're using? Minus 6 and 1. Right? These are the two numbers that we're using, minus 6 and 1. Yeah? Yeah, but minus 2 by minus 3 is, right? Not this, right? That's why I dealt with the positive first and then put the signs. You okay with that? Deal with the positive first. Deal with the factors of 6 first. And then put the negative sign if it's negative. Yeah? So what do I do with the minus 6 and the 1? Replace minus 5x with minus 6x and 1x. Right? What do I factor out here? What do I factor out here? 3x. So I'll be left with x minus 2. Check and make sure. 3x by x. 3x by minus 2. What do I factor out here? Minus 1 or plus 1? Plus 1. So I'll get x minus 2. Are these two the same? Are these two the same? Yes. And you're left with 3x plus 1. Right? Let's go again. We have more to do. Again, what's the steps earlier? Write down A, B, and C. What's the name again? Brad. So, first step. What is second step? Find A, B, find A, C, and find B. Third step is what? Find the factors of minus 6. So I wrote down all the factors here minus 6. Right? And then add them and see which one gives you minus 5. What do you do after that? Just give it. Read the step. Right. So we replace minus 6 and 1 with this. So instead of writing minus 5, I wrote minus 6x and 1. And then factorize. So factor out 3x here, then factor out 1 here. These two things are the same. So your final answer is x minus 2, 3x plus 1. Can you factorize? You won't tell before? Oh, okay. So you gotta watch our video. But you should be able to reach up until here. Factorization is just taking out what they have in common. So they both have 3x in common. Yeah, technical. No. I like the way you word it. Yeah, so you're looking for what they have in common here. Right? In common, they have 3 in common. You'll see that? And they both have x in common. Then you work it out. Right? So I want to see you reach up until here in the next one. Copy it down. Let's go again. Huh? Yeah. Let's go again. Try these two. Factorize completely. Hurry up. Okay, and you finish? Okay, let me mark up. Start. Hurry up. Get that quick. One street. Both of them, right? Are you trying to make? This one a little bit harder because we have minus 40 kilojoule, right? Although we find 140 is nothing that will give you money, right? Go with factors for example, go waste time with 10 and 2, I'll never, yeah, 20. Well, right? Go waste time with some of the numbers, right? So forget 1 and 40, forget 2 and 20, right? Go a little bit closer, right? Check out 4 and 10, one after that, right? So don't waste time with the two sets. Minus 8 and 5, right? Let's go. All right, let's see. We have more to do. Good, have a hard one to give you, but. Nah, class of long again. Right, so the first one is that, second one is 2n squared, right? And these are past papers. Once they can do these, they can okay. We can't do these when we have more practice to do. Right? So this one here, difference of two squares. So it's 5m squared minus 1 squared. So that's 5m minus 1, 5m plus 1. That's okay? This one here, A is 2, B is minus 3, right? A by C is minus 40, B is minus 3, right? Don't waste time. Don't waste time with the bigger factors like 1 and 40 and thing, right? Let's start with 4 by 10, 10 by 4, right? That might work. Let's try 5 by 8, 8 by 5. Because I want a minus, 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 minus. Add these two, not minus 3. Add these two, not minus 3. Add these two, not minus 3. Add these two, minus 3. All right? The more you practice, the faster you'll go through this step. Right? Please remember, don't just write 5 and 8. Write 8 and 5. So when you put the minus signs, you have all the options. Okay? So don't just write 5 and 8 and think that's the only combination. That's not. It could also be minus 8 and 5. All right? Now, what do I do with the minus 8 and 5? Replace the minus 3. So you'll get 2n squared minus 8n plus 5n minus 20. What these two have in common? 2n. 2n by what will give me 2n squared? n. 2n by what will give me minus 8n? Minus 4. Okay? What these two have in common? Plus 5. Right? I saw somebody just put 5. Don't do that, please. Plus 5, right? And then you have n minus 4. These two in common, so factor it out, and you're left with 2n plus 5. Right? Some of you all did it very good. Right? Because time kind of running, I want to give you one hard one, right? I want to combine everything that we did so far. Here's the problem, right? This question combines every single thing that we did so far. Nice little question. Right, so every now and again you'll get a question and you will say, what is that? Right, somebody that's there, right? What is that? So that's something that we had to simplify. Right? So in order to simplify this, we're going to have to remember how to factorize. So let's break it down part by part. Can we factorize this? Difference of? Can we factorize this quadratic? I gave it in number 2 or number 3. Can you factorize that? Yeah. What do we do with division and fractions? Right? Multiply and invert. Okay? It's a real tough one. Right? But I wanted to try it. Factorize this. Actually, let me pick on some people. Kyle. First factorize a squared minus 4. Try it. I feel like you can do it. Kyle. There's difference in two squares. A lot of getting water out. 4 is what? 4 is 2 squared, right? So what is this? How you factorize e squared minus 2 squared? Watch back to the derivative already. Check on the difference of 2 squared. All two work it out in the meantime, and the 12 from an amount. What you get?
A minus 2.
A minus 2 and A plus 2. Right? And then look back at the question I gave you like this. Write the factors. No, I don't say it as yet. Write the factors. Okay? Write the 2 factors of this one. And then division is multiplication. Flip this over. Right? See if we can finish it up now. Let us see how it looks. This is a very hard one. This never came before, but just wanted to just see how simple they are. No, that I get up from the napkin. There's some hard stuff in the book. I want to make sure they can do. They don't complain when they go.
Yes, because
I still it's not developed. They could develop. That's why when you see these data, they're ready. Then help mouse here because it doesn't like it drifting away. What is this here? Check back the answer and tell me. I gave you this in your book. Check number 2 or number 3. X squared minus 3x plus 2. What is? I just change the letter. When you factorize x squared minus 3x plus 2, what was the answer? X. Well, sorry, A, yes. A minus 2. A minus 1. Okay? We did this already. All right? We did this one already, right? Now, what would happen with A minus 2 and this A minus 2? Right? Bashu said they'll cancel. What will happen here? Kyle, I can pick on you. I feel using mine, I'm picking them today. Kyle. What would happen with A minus 1 and A minus 1 here? The water cancel. See? The water coming out. Right? And what you left with?
A plus 2.
A plus 2 over A. Can I take this A and cancel this here? No, you can't do that. Right? You cannot cancel that, right? What does this mean? This means A over A plus 2 over A. Okay? Let's go again. Let's go back to our past paper. Can we do one more or look at up? One more? Say one to us. Like say one. Once time you have one more. I'll get excited. One more easy one, right? One more easy one. I'll check it and it can go. Hey, we need no video. One more and go. Just a quadratic alone, right? Let us go trick to one. I use one, sorry. We can think out loud. Ignore the one on top, right? You'll do that next week. Next week we are doing an exercise on factorization and simplifying, right? The one underneath. 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. That's the last one. No, that's the one underneath. Then I'll lean on do that. Last one. Right, next week we'll have some simplifying and factorization to do, and then I'll do a little bit of stuff the next week, right? Three most important thing in maths is to be able to simplify, factorize, and solve. Work the devices next week, but they have to be on the LMS for next week, right? Huh? Thanks. I'll show it. I'll show it about.
Yeah, so.
Hiya, y'all done? 1.5 minutes again.
Right.
Y'all done? Hurry. Hurry. So you want to get minus what? Minus 24, right? So think of the numbers that'll give you minus 24. Ignore 1 and 24. Sorry, what about they will give it 10? 2 and 12 is something so bad, right? 8 and 3, not nice. 6 and 4, something possible or useless. Not possible. One more and we done. X squared plus 10x minus. Finish. Right, let's go. Right, so by now you should know AC is minus 24, B is 10. Right, factors that might work, I know only 2 and 24 and thing, right? But 1 and 24. 12 and 2, 2 and 12, 8 and 3. Sorry, what's in 8? Yeah, 8 and 3. And let's check one more. 6 and 4. 4 and 6. So the question said minus 24. So therefore, I put a minus here. Which ones will work? Minus 12 by 2, that will not work. Minus 2 by 12, that will work. So waste no time on the rest. Okay? These two will work. So now I am getting 3x squared, right? Minus 2x, remember replacing these two, right? Plus 12x minus 8. Right? What these two have in common? X, right? So you'll get 3x minus 2. What these two have in common? Plus 4. And you'll get 3x minus 2. Check it back and make sure, but if these two end up being the same thing, you know you're doing it right. Okay? And then you're left with 3x minus 2 and x plus 4. Take off this and you're left with x plus 4. That's okay? Are you okay with this now? All right, so homework, review factorization and simplification. And we're going to do a worksheet on this plus some solving next week. All right?